Good to see you. It's Tuesday. Jump on in. OMG. OMG. I have one thing to say. The glucose health is back in stock. Welcome to my world. Okay, you guys, this is not a drill. I'm just telling you. So, every day I talk to you about the targeted supplementation, and we will get to that even better like later on. But I just wanted to be able to say that right out of the gate because there are many of you that have been waiting. There have been some of you that I'm just pulling stuff up on my phone here. There have been some of you that have been buying it out of my inventory. Feel like a little bit of a dealer, just telling you. But this is what I always want to make sure that you guys have access to what you need access to. So this is a product that is super cheap. Like, I don't know what you consider cheap, but for something that does what it does, it's one of the three in the trio. It is like $26. I mean, it's ridiculous. And basically it helps it's kind of like a little natural O. 3 times a day, take it. I have so many testimonies. from the trio. And the trio was what I started with a little over 10 years ago and helped me lose 10 pounds. 10 pounds. 3 sizes. 3 sizes in my 50s. And it's because we are focusing on insulin resistance. It's because we are targeting insulin resistance. And so this particular one just basically helps with bringing down sugars and insulin. And if you haven't heard, insulin is a hormone. So you need to get your insulin down so you can burn fat. And you have to get your sugars down if your sugars have risen. They may not have yet because you can be insulin resistant for years and decades before it shows up in your blood tests. So they just wait. Honey, you are fine. Your labs look good. That weight you're gaining, oh, you're just getting older. And they wait and they wait and they wait until your sugars rise in your blood and they go, oh, OMG, you are pre-diabetic. How did that happen? And then you get on scripts. I'm sorry, I'm so cynical, but I'm so sensitive to all of the stories you tell me. It's ridiculous. But anyway, okay. So back to the glucose health. So it's in stock. If you have wanted to try the trio, the 3 supplements have the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is a really good opportunity for you to do that. I'm actually going to share with you a little bit of a story this morning on somebody that just reached out to me about this. And I'm going to just bring that to you. So hold on. I'm going to see. I want to make sure that it's in stock as I'm talking about this. Good morning, Patty. Good to see you. This is a really, really, really great time. Julie, you suck. Julie says, hi from Greece. Oh my God. Going to Athens tomorrow, coming home Saturday. Enjoy. Joanne, she says, truth. Julie, you're amazing. I can't wait to hear how good of a time you had. Good morning, Magda. Good morning. So I'm just going to touch on this myself. I'm in the middle of redoing my website, so don't mind me. Anyway, I'm just double checking. I'm clicking on the cart for the trio. And I'm going to make sure that it is indeed in stock. I had somebody what triggered me was this. This morning I went in and I was checking, and she might jump on. I don't know. I was checking and I'm like, okay, she placed an order. That's really cool. Oh, that's awesome. She got her $75 off her order. And which is wonderful. If you don't know, you can purchase 150 3 months in a row. And on your 3rd month, you get $75 off. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And it is in stock. It's in stock. Okay, so exciting. She purchased 7 of them. I went, oh, if it's in stock for her, it's in stock for the entire world. She's kind of in this pocket in the country that, anyway, it doesn't matter. I won't go on about that, but she purchased 7 of them. And I'm like, oh, I think we have good news. Okay, so if you have not started the trio and you wanted to, or if you needed to reorder and you paused because it was out of stock, or you just didn't want to buy it from my inventory, whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. It's in stock right now. If you need to know, if you need a cart for the trio, let me know. Or the trio plus anything else. You just let me know. I'll customize it for you. I'll get you taken care of today, because it's back in stock. We do not delay. We do not delay. Okay. So this is what I want to talk to you about. So thank you so much for liking my live crafty reading. I appreciate you very, very, very much. You have no idea. On TikTok, like, you're a godsend. Everybody who comes on and they like things and they share things, you are just such a godsend. So I woke up this morning and I had this text from somebody that basically was just giving me a little bit of a snippet of her life. And she was saying, I'm scared to start. And this is what she said. I've been watching you for over a year and I'm still scared to start. And I thought, oh, this is going to be good, because you know what? This is not my first rodeo. I've had many people. It's funny to me that sometimes it takes a full year, because that's a common thing that I hear from you guys. I don't generally get somebody that says, I've watched you for 2 months. Usually it's like a year, because life takes us. That's how life takes us onto the river. And all of a sudden we wake up and it's a year later and we're like, oh, shoot. Like, Am I ready? Because what's happening is this: we're telling ourselves, good morning, Miss Patty. We're telling ourselves basically, lies about whether or not we will be successful, or we're not dealing with the fact that, that we are afraid of something. So I wanted to talk to you about it today, because I want you to be super encouraged. I spent whatever. I gave her a voice message and I said, honey, I didn't call her honey. I don't even know why I just said the word honey. That's really funny, because I don't call anybody honey. Actually, maybe I do. Do I call my grandsons honey? I don't think I do. That's really funny. Okay. I said, you are not alone. You are so not alone. And so I wanted to get into this just a little bit, because she's watched for over a year, afraid to start until today. And here's why. Okay, maybe that's you. Just pause for a half a second and let's get into it. If you're on the replay, let me know you're on the replay. I'd love to hear that. So she said, I've been watching you for over a year and I think I'm finally ready. I've just been so afraid to start because I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. So there's this fear of failing. And I know she's not alone. And that's why I want to talk to you guys today about this, because if you've ever felt that way, if you're stuck because you are afraid to try again and be disappointed again, we can do this. We can do this. I promise you. I promise you. So this fear doesn't come like out of nowhere. My hat almost like flew off. Did you see my Italian gesture there? Did you see that? It feels like a Monday. It's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday. This morning in my, I'll tell you a little something. In my kitchen this morning, I went to go make egg white bread, because remember I promised, maybe I didn't on live, I don't remember. I promised, I said, I'm going to make a loaf of the egg white bread and I'm going to videotape it and I'm going to put it on my, on the free recipe that I have on my site for you, because I wanted to give you a little mini tutorial and I ruined it. I washed my bowl. You can't have any water. You can't even have a hint of water. It better not even be raining outside to whip your egg whites. I'm joking. It can be raining outside. But I washed my bowl and I dried it really, really good. And I put it in the freezer just to cool it down for a minute. Big mistake. Don't do that, because then it creates condensation on the bowl. Anyway, yada, yada. Here we go. So feels like a Monday. It's Tuesday. Good morning. Good morning, Julie. Oh, I'll be thinking about you today. So most of us have years of trying programs. Most of us have years and years and years. Thank you for all the, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, coming to my live on TikTok. We've tried diets, we've tried pills, we've like promises. And each time we didn't see results and we didn't just fail the program. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We internalized it. We started to believe that we were the failure. This is why this whole mindset that I teach is so important, because this is not about you and your willpower. Okay. This is about you and proper information. It's a completely different conversation, just to let you know. Okay. So if we couldn't make it work the last time, what makes us think it's going to be any different this time? This is where our brain goes. So we stay stuck, not because we don't want to change, but because we're terrified of getting our hopes up again and crashing again, like our heart almost can't take it. Does that sound like you? Put me in the comments. I would love to know if that sounds anything like what has kind of happened to you in the past. Jane, so true, she says. Nice to meet you, Jane. But here's the truth. What if we stopped trying to be perfect? And this is what I shared with her. You don't have to be perfect. What if we stopped trying to be perfect as we're learning this new language? One ingredient at a time, one recipe at a time. What if we stopped? What if the goal wasn't perfection? I knew this was me. I knew full well that I was never going to say, oh, I'm starting on Monday, and then I was going to crush it on Monday. That wasn't going to be my world. And so that's why I started the way that I started. And I've told you the story many times, but instead of starting with food, because I was like, yeah, that permaculture ain't going to happen. I'm Italian. Like, how am I going to trade out my foods? Are you teasing me? Are you joking me? Instead, I started with supplementation because I could take a pill. This was literally in my brain. And so I understand that feeling of thinking, well, I know I'm not going to be perfect anyway. So I might as well just start moving in that direction. And let's just see what kind of happens. So I really did not talk about it with other people. I didn't. I was kind of like, I don't kind of trust that you're not going to be negative, or that you're not going to make comments when I don't need you to make comments, or that you're not going to push food on me now that you know I'm trying to change my ways. I didn't trust that process at all. So what if you stopped trying to be perfect and you started learning the new language, one ingredient at a time, one recipe at a time, with a lot of grace and no shame? Okay. So you don't need to be fluent overnight. You are not going to win a medal for the first week. You are about building a new foundation. And I'm telling you, it is my goal. It is my goal that 5 years from now, you are the weight you wanted to be, you're the size you wanted to be, and it can be way sooner than that. I just throw out 5. And you are off the meds that you wanted to get off of. You are feeling better. You are less swollen. You're sleeping more. You've got energy coming out of your ears. You're traveling like you wanted to travel. You're getting on the floor like you wanted to be on the floor. Whatever is in your heart, because you learned how to fish. That's why you don't have to be perfect, because you want this to become a part of you, okay? So you are here to learn, not perform. So take a deep breath, like literally go, I don't have to perform, okay? And there's a big difference in between that. So you know what? Sometimes you might open up your pantry and feel really overwhelmed. I know that was my life for a very long time. And so you just close it and you tell yourself you'll try again Monday. You're like, never mind, I'm just going to eat what's in there and I'll start again Monday. This is just a common in our brain. I get it. You compare yourself, maybe you're bloated and you're tired and your body doesn't look the way you want it to look. And so you start comparing yourself to somebody else's highlight reel. And then it makes you feel like that comparisonitis, and it makes you feel like you're a lost cause. You'll never accomplish what they accomplished. You'll never do what they did. Anybody in comparisonitis? Just saying. So maybe you think I messed up once, it means I blew it, which isn't true. But who taught you that? Why can't you just pick back up and keep going? It took me 3 to 4 years to trade out my foods alone. I didn't even know how to have a supplement routine. I didn't even own a pill box. And I still don't. I always show you guys my supplements. This is how I do my supplements. This is how my brain works. Welcome to my brain. And I've done this now for years because I finally just allowed myself to freaking do it the way that I functioned best. And if somebody kind of like made a joke about that or scoffed at that, which people do, people are so freaking judgy. People are so like sure that their way is the right way. And I'm like, oh, and I've just, had just lacking enough self-confidence to go, oh, you're probably right. I probably need to do it the normal way. Whatever that is, like that's so stupid. And I finally decided, just screw it. I'm going to tell nobody nothing about what I'm doing. Like, I'm just going to do this thing. And it's going to be me and Jesus in my head. And I'm going to assess my own behaviors. And I'm going to assess my own emotions. And I'm going to just say, talk to the freaking hand. When you show up at a Christmas party and you shove something in my face, you go, just try a little bit, just try a little bit. You got to taste this. It's so amazing. And it was all about you feeling good about what you made and not about me and the decisions that I'm making for my body. So I really did kind of like say, screw it. I'm doing this thing. So I didn't even know how to supplement, much less like trade out my foods or anything like that. But I want you to really hear this sentence. Walk away with this sentence. You are not broken. You are not broken. You're not. You're just out of practice trusting yourself. You're just out of practice. So why did she reach out to me after a year and say, I'm ready? I'm scared. I'm worried that I'm going to fail. Maybe this is a bad time for me to start. That's what she literally, this conversation this morning. Maybe this is a bad time for me to start because of this, and this. I said, there is no perfect time to start. It doesn't exist. You are going to, my cat's meowing at me. I apologize. You are going to have life no matter what you do. Life is going to life, and you are going to need to just recognize that nothing changes unless you just change something. You just have to change something. And life is going to keep lifing. Don't expect it to stop lifing. Okay. But why did she reach out to me after a year? She's like, I'm ready now. Will you put the trio in the cart for me? I also want the orange pixie stick. Will you put that in the cart for me? Yes. Yes. And she's not the first one that's reached out to me and said, I've been watching you for over a year. I'm ready to start. I had somebody start a year ago, and it was July. So now we're in August. In July, and she started with the trio. And by January, they put not diabetic in her chart. All because she finally decided to start. So you have to be willing to allow yourself to feel like actually do not meditate on this. So don't get me confused. Do not meditate on this, but you have to allow yourself to go, okay, so what if I don't what if I'm not perfect? Because I'm not going to be. So then what? Oh, nothing. I just do another step of another ingredient in another recipe. Oh, okay. Like you have to walk yourself through the process, right? It's really important that you do that. Definitely you. Oh, Tracy. Okay. So Tracy, nice to meet you, Tracy. Hold on just a second. Nice to meet you. Jane. Nice to meet you. Patty, definitely you. Jane, yes, way sooner for your daughter's wedding. A lot of people have weddings coming up. It's interesting. Afraid to succeed as well as failing. But you're doing it, Patty. You're doing it. That's what's so cool. AJ, good to see you. It's so interesting. Afraid to succeed as well as failing. And here you are doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Very, very cool. Okay. KME 3244. Actually, you can either message me in my inbox and I'll send you a trio cart. It's 3 supplements. I'll show them to you here. Or there's there's a link in my bio on Insta. There's a link in my bio. I'm not supposed to say that on TikTok. So I'm not going to say that on TikTok. There's certain things you can say on certain different platforms. But anyway, but on Instagram, I can tell you just to go straight to my profile. And there's like a little blue arrow and it'll point to a link and you'll see where the trio is. It's right towards the top. So anyway, Dolce for, Julie is interrupting. Dolce for niente. The sweetness of doing nothing. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's what she's doing. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so basically then, as we are kind of taking on that thought process of you're not broken, you are just not practiced in trusting yourself, right? Like this is what we want to be able to take on. This is how you can actually move forward with this. So you know that I teach food ingredient trade outs and then I teach targeted supplementation. Now, as an Italian person, I did not think I could trade out my foods. That was kind of a big issue with me. And that was a part of my encouragement to her this morning when she reached out and she's like, I'm afraid of failing. I've been watching you for a year, but I'm ready. Send me a cart with the trio in it and the orange pixie stick. And I'm like, listen, you don't have to have this perfection mentality of thinking that somehow your life is going to align with your decision to all of a sudden be able to walk without any interruption, walk without any hiccup or any, the first thing that happened to me was I woke up and I noticed all the food pushers in my life. I didn't realize that. That was one of the first things that I recognized. Here I made a decision, and the minute you make a decision, your decision's going to get tested. It's just the way that this is. So I make this decision and I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And immediately I start recognizing like all the people in my life that are like, it's very important to them that I eat whatever they're eating. And like, what? This can't possibly be true. And then I would make a recipe. And like, even now this morning, remember, I just told you I messed up a recipe. Oh my God. Oh, egg white bread. And you know what? It was a simple mistake, but you're going to make something it's going to fail. And you're going to think, oh, screw it. This is too much work. I don't want to do this. And you just have to go, it's okay. Like, this is normal. This is just normal life, right? But you can have the tools and the support and the clear path if you do not want to do this alone. And maybe that is you. Maybe you're just like, I don't want to do this alone. I don't want to try to get through all of the noise that is out there of all the ways that I should be eating, which most of it is for somebody else's body. FYI, most of it is for somebody else's body. It's not through the lens of insulin resistance. Remember, that's what we talk about. You have to change the lens of how you're eating and supplementing. And maybe you are just like, I'm going to finally narrow down my path. I'm going to actually become the person who tries something new, like a new ingredient, a new recipe, etc. I'm going to become somebody who has some regularity with supplementation. And I'm actually going to allow myself the grace necessary to move forward. And that's a big piece of the puzzle. It's probably a bigger piece of the puzzle than for the easy part is you going online and purchasing supplementation, getting in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. It's easier to get into the group and watch my challenge coming up in August. It's free. It's easy for you to get on my lives and to listen to information. What's hard is giving yourself the grace to do the mental steps that you have to take, because it's been decades of you learning a certain way of eating or thinking about food. And that's going to be your biggest hurdle. That is your test, so to speak. But it is so worth it. It is so worth it. What is it for you that's in your head? Okay, so let's just talk about the trio quickly. Because you know what? The person who reached out to me this morning, she watched quietly for over a year before she reached out today. She watched for over a year before she reached out. And she's not the only one that's told me that before. It actually keeps me, the first time that happened to me, it's like, oh, well, then I'm going to keep going live. I'm going to keep talking, because I realize that sometimes life happens and we just have to take a slower route, or we just choose to because we are afraid of failing, like is what she told me. I'm just so afraid that I'm going to fail, and maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe this isn't a good time. I have all these things going on, and she listed them for me. I said, it's never going to be the right time. It doesn't exist. Time only passes. It's all time does. It just passes. We started this live 26 minutes ago. 26 minutes passed. That's all it does. It just ticks, ticks and ticks and ticks. You left and you came back. Good to see you. Good, good, good. Thanks for jumping back. But it's not because she finally figured it all out. She's literally with a little bit of nervousness going, I'm just going to get started. I don't think I can do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that's just what was coming out of her for me, okay, or towards me. But because she's done letting the fear of failure call the shots for her life, you have to get like done letting fear call the shots. You have to stop that piece of your puzzle. You got to say, I'm done with that BS. I'm done. Okay. So you might be stuck too. And if you're stuck, hold on for like 3 minutes. Okay. 3 minutes. Cindy, good to see you. Changing routine is breaking normal. Jeanette, it's so good to see you. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Thanks for jumping on. Yep. Changing routine is breaking normal. It's a really good word. And it's like, I wish you could understand. I wish you could be inside of my memories that play in my mind, because I know how undisciplined I was. I know how my default was to like binge watch. We binge watched 24 at one point. We binge watched, whatever. And now I had to create a new routine and I had to create a new default. And so like this morning, for real, I did not want to get up and go walking. I did not. I really was like, you've done enough this weekend. But the minute I did, man, I loved every minute of it because it's beautiful in Minnesota. You can't miss a day. All right, let's just tell you quickly what you might want to be looking at. So the trio is where I started. And you guys, let me go back. It's back in stock. If you didn't hear me, the glucose product is back in stock. This has been a long, 60 days. Okay. It kind of popped back in for a half a minute and then it left again. And I understand that can feel super frustrating, but it has a couple of things with it. One of them is a raw ingredient issue, and they are very specific about their ingredients. They grow everything on organic farms and they do all their own process. They're literally the only supplement company in the entire world on the planet that grows and harvests their own ingredients. Nobody else does it like this. So even if you're a partner farm in another country, because maybe your growing cycle can grow better than the 5 farms that we have, the standards are really strict. And so if they can't get an ingredient, they can't get an ingredient. Okay. But the second thing is it's very popular because it's freaking $26. And it helps you with sugar cravings, appetite control, bringing down your sugars, and separately of the sugar in your blood, helping you to bring down your insulin. And you cannot burn fat if you do not bring down your insulin. And if you do not, second one in the trio, get your liver functioning. This is why this works. I want you to understand why, then you'll stick with your routine. And the last one is metabolism. And this is where I started a little over 10 years ago, fully supported me in losing 3 sizes in my 50s. This is the perfect place for anybody to start. The perfect place. And the most cost-effective. The most cost-effective place is to start with the trio. Okay. Now, if you want to just go to another level, your gut is messed up. That you probably have leaky gut because of your insulin resistance. Maybe you have constipation, indigestion, like you're just kind of a mess. Your gut is just like, I got to deal with this diarrhea, or I've got to deal with this constipation, or every time I eat, I'm bloated like I'm 3 months pregnant. I just don't want to live like this anymore. Then that's where the gut reset protocol comes in. And most of you, I'm not going to lie, most of you do all of this, but some of you just want to start somewhere. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfect. You watched me late one night and messaged me the next day. Patty, that's what you did. Oh, friend, isn't that fun? And you're so happy you did. I love you, Patty. I think that's the sweetest message ever. Nope, I'm going to leave that up for a second. That's so sweet. I so appreciate you. You have no idea. Yes, it is totally okay to do if you're already on a thing. Can't say names. It is. In fact, I have many people. This is literally the conversation I have this is the conversation I have with a lot of people. They're either trying to avoid it, they're trying to get off of it, or they're already on it and they don't see any end in sight. So yes, you're fine with that. Okay. So the gut reset protocol, gut primer, it's almost gone because I'm filling up my glass container because I'm leaving town. I won't be here on Thursday, Friday. So I put this in my my luggage because I will not go without it. I will not do a day without my gut primer. 6 different blends, you guys. It's not a greens product. It's 6 different blends, and it is a comprehensive, full support, the fullest support that you could possibly have to heal and seal your gut. I'm just telling you. Tastes like tea, has like a little turmeric ginger aftertaste. I'm not a tea person. So I had somebody yesterday text me and she goes, I got my product. I put it in 8 ounces of water. And let's see, how much would 8 ounces be? This is for my protein shake this morning. Let's pretend 8 ounces is this much. I'm going to make that up. And she goes, I'm going to do less next time. She goes, I'm going to make it like a wellness shot like you do. And I go, yep, I'm just not a tea person. I have a friend who's like, it's Christmas in a cup. I'm like, it's not Christmas in a cup. It tastes like tea. It's a green tea. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so the gut primer and a probiotic. You need to repopulate the micro organisms in your gut. You have to redo, like you're going back. You got to go back, right? So the gut reset protocol is the primer and a probiotic. This is powder, 5 strains that are alive. They are alive, and you put them right on your tongue every single day, not with anything hot. Do not take this around hot coffee, hot soup, because you'll kill the organisms, and that would be tragic. Like, why pay for that, right? So primer, probiotic, that's number 2. The last one is the orange pixie stick. All of this, and I'll tell you about this in just a second, all of this together is what it makes up the total body reset. And that's what Patty's doing, who said she was watching me late night one night. And then the next morning she messaged me, and she's so happy she did. Okay, so this is the orange pixie stick. Tastes like candy. I sourced it out of the sports nutrition line, and it is to target your visceral fat. So if you do not know anything about your visceral fat, just know that insulin resistance creates visceral fat around your organs and in your liver, and you don't want that, and you want to get rid of it. So this is what that does. And you literally put it on your tongue. This doesn't, you can have it hot, cold, it doesn't matter. There's nothing alive in it. Put it on your tongue. Some people take it as a treat during the day. I take mine in the morning because whatever. 90 days on, take 30 days off. 90 days on, take 30 days off. It's a thermogenic. It's a thermogenic. And if you understand that process of burning fat from within with that thermogenesis process, you will understand what I'm talking about. So all of that together is the total body reset. But you can start where you want to start. And maybe you're like, listen, I'm only going to start with the trio because I'm just going to get my foot in the door of trying to get on a freaking routine. These are very simple. Twice a day, liver. Twice a day, metabolism. 3 times a day, a little natural OZ. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that. And that's the simplicity of it. I was not, this is me, I was not going to go to the doctor. This is me. My dad died of type 2 diabetes when he was 63. He had sores all over his legs. When I was in my upper 40s, my mother was on me like white on rice. Are you checking your sugars? Do you know what they are? Do you even go to the doctor? What's wrong with you? Are you peeing all the time? Are you thirsty all the time? Because this was my life. He literally got diagnosed around my birth. So this was my entire life. And here I am in my upper 40s, and my mother won't leave me alone because she saw the writing on the wall. My dad's health went from, like, he just kept increasing his meds And the lazy Susan got more and more full of meds, and his health tanked at the exact same time. Just, but in the meantime, what that did was it had her go and take a job, a full-time job at 50 years old for health insurance because she saw the writing on the wall. She was 65 when he died. She could see that his health wasn't going to get better. It was like, oh, so she worked for the University of Minnesota Landscape Arboretum, which is the horticulture division of Minnesota. And she did that for the state benefits because she knew. And sure enough, heart surgeries, bypass surgeries, kidney dialysis, medicines, emergency procedures like angiograms, pacemaker. He did it all, man. He like cashed in all of his chips before he died at 63. And so when I was in my upper 40s, and this is probably not you, this part probably does not resonate with anybody. But instead of going to the doctor like a normal human and getting my labs tested, I was too freaked out. I was like, no. You're not going to tell me nothing. I don't want la, 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 la. So instead, what I did was I would just check like, okay, am I peeing too much? Am I thirsty all the time? Because like unnaturally so. How are the sores on my legs? Okay, I got cut on my leg. Is it healing? Is it healing? That was me. And while I was doing that, I'm like, okay, I better figure this out. I better figure this one out. Okay. And that's when I started the trio. Okay, fine. I can take some pills. Okay, look, Mom, I'm taking some supplements. Woohoo. And she was like rolling her eyes at me. But that's where I started. And then I was like, okay, I'll trade out my foods. I'll just start with eliminating processed food. I mean, like those were the mini steps that I was taking. So I didn't have a goal in mind other than I have to stop this runaway train that's taking place that I've watched for years and decades inside of my own Italian family, obesity and type 2 diabetes everywhere. I had to change what was going on. And then I understood through study, oh, when I bring down my insulin, I can actually burn fat. Oh, when I take care of my liver, I can actually burn fat. And that's why I have 3 out of the 6 things in the total body reset. 3 of them work with your liver. The gut primer, liver health. The orange pixie stick, visceral fat, liver health. And this liver. And if everybody would learn how to love their liver on this level, there ain't no stopping you. Tweak some foods, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop spiking your sugars and calling on insulin. Let me show you how to eat grain, sugar, and legume free. And I'm telling you what, you can still be a foodie, love your life, and you can actually soar with the knowledge. It raises your confidence to go, I'm not broken. I'm not broken. I'm not beyond help. In fact, I'm my best advocate and I can do this. Changes the way you walk through life. So you can always message me, Trio, or Trio plus whatever, or Total Body Reset, whatever you're looking for. And I'll put together a cart for you. After we jump off live, TikTok, you'll have to like get in my messages. Instagram, you can either come back to the video and comment because then I'll see it because right now it'll go away, or you can get into my inbox. Facebook and YouTube. So Facebook Messenger is your best friend. You just message me and I will. How long does the reset go for? Jane, thank you for the question. Everything is a 30-month supply, 30-month. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday. I'm just telling you. I didn't want to walk this morning. Did I say that? I just kind of want to take a nap today. I don't know what my deal is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have to explain it, right? So, and it's not because I'm tired. I feel like it's, I don't know. Maybe I just want to go sit on a blanket in the grass or something. That's pretty much what I want to do. Maybe go read a book. I think I want to go read a book. Okay. Everything is a 30-day supply. Everything is. And this is the deal. Everything is also a 6-month guarantee. Not one person. I've told you guys you can do this a million times. Tell me of another company that has 6-month guarantees like this. Nobody has brought one to me yet. not one, because I'm convinced it doesn't exist. So when I tell you, you can be in a different place in 90 days and still have 3 months left on your guarantee. And if you choose to do the 150, 150, 150 and get $75 off your third order, like all of the stars are literally aligned to help you. And I don't even mean it in any kind of weird way, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes there is a sign for you. Sometimes there is just an opportunity. You're like, okay, you know what? That kind of all sounds like it's a little bit no risk. At the least, it's a very low risk, right? I probably can't say no risk. I don't know why, but I'm just like, this is the easiest way to test things. But then make sure you get into the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Get in there, and we're going to do a challenge, our 27th 5-day challenge, coming up on Monday, the 18th, I believe it is. Monday through Friday, I'll go live at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time every day. And I'll teach you ingredient trade outs, and I'll bring you into my pantry, my refrigerator. Like when I tell you that I have a path for you, I have a path. We created a path together. We do this Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central. We get into the group. We do that once a month so that you can take down the month that you're in. You can follow a path, even with the actual consistency of your supplementation and how you're able to then get money off every third month. Like, this is a really good path, but it's very specific towards insulin resistance. So if you're not insulin resistant, you probably don't care about my content, which is totally fine. We can still be friends. We can still be friends. But I'm just saying, like, you're probably here because you're like, this finally makes sense to me. Like, I've been chasing all these other programs that weren't created for my body. The point system was not created for my body. It wasn't created for insulin resistance. You know, that one prepackaged program that tells me the bar to eat and the bag to open and the box to use, it wasn't created for my body. Not all weight loss conversations are equal. Most are not. This is a completely different conversation. This is a get your liver figured out, get your insulin down, because we have a hormonal conversation to be had. Your liver governs your hormones, and insulin is a hormone. You need to get that hormone down. You need to get your liver regulating your hormones again. And you might have ran your body like a rental car. It's okay. We can fix it. But you do have to start. You do have to. And you do have to make this, like, changes in how you're eating. You're not going to out supplement the standard American diet. You're not going to do it. But you can learn a new language starting today. You can. I promise you. But anyway, okay. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Yeah, lots of programs, Jane. I know. Lots of chasing. Trust me. Ask me how I know. Let's see. Grapefruit diet, cabbage soup diet, counting points. I've done a lot. I've done it all, just like you guys have. Finally hearing what I need to hear. Thank God. Yeah, Jane. God bless you. It's amazing. Seriously. Like, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I have this understanding. So, all right. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. and then I am off for Thursday and Friday and Monday and Tuesday. I'm so sorry. I know some of you will be texting me. I miss you. I miss you too. I really do. But I am going to go from Minnesota down to Texas. I'm going to go to Dallas. And my husband and I are taking part in a leadership that we qualified for. And I'm just like, I love taking that time to, like, grow me, because then I come back and I have more to offer you. Okay. So I will be gone Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, but I will not forget about y'all. And you can always still reach out to me no matter what. We're good. I'm not off the grid. I'm just doing something different. All right. See you tomorrow. Love you guys so much. Don't forget to reach out. Don't self-sabotage.